okay, where are we going with this disease? Where do you see the future of treatment options for patients evolving now that we have cemiplimab in our arsenal of therapeutic options? Um, what are your hopes and expectations for where you expect therapy or management of cutaneous squamous cell to be going?
That's a great question. You know, as a dermatologist and a Mohs surgeon, I always think of trying to get these lesions as early as possible, or even be more preventative in my approach to the patient. So especially in our organ transplant population, if we can switch their immunosuppression from something that we know is very causative of future squamous cell carcinomas, like the calcineurin inhibitors, if we can get them on an mTOR inhibitor, we know that that has a decreased risk of cutaneous squamous cell carcinoma. So really trying to be proactive in our approach to prevention is always exciting for me. Now, though, that we are still seeing advanced and metastatic squamous cells, knowing that we have a form of immunotherapy like cemiplimab is helpful for us to know, because in patients that may have an increased morbidity from surgery and radiation, and they're still leading active lifestyles, and may not want to undergo all of that, we do have this new option, which I think is really important for us to consider.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, it's not 100% effective. It's 50% effective, but I think that's an amazingly good cornerstone to start building on. You know, looking at, can we add EGFR receptor inhibitors to cemiplimab to increase the efficacy? We've got some investigational agents that are injectable into the tumor. You know, can we use that to create more of an immunologically driven environment in conjunction with cemiplimab to get better cell kill? I think there are just so many exciting future options. Can we use radiation and cemiplimab together to get more bang for our buck? Another question that's being looked at in clinical trials. So I think the number of clinical trials are really exponentially increasing every day when it comes to cutaneous squamous cell, because there's so many options. And I think we need to now push that needle from 50% to 75%. And hopefully, you know, in our lifetime, we can get it pretty darn close, if not to 100.
Yeah.
But I think when it comes to how do we impact it most, I think awareness and prevention is clearly where we need to start. Although we have these therapies, I hope there's a time in my life where I don't have to talk about therapy and I can go out there and just talk about education and prevention.
For sure. I think these off-label neoadjuvant or off-label adjuvant trials might really be helpful and hopeful.
So I hope everyone enjoyed that as much as I did. Thank you, Dr. Rossi, for such an informative and stimulating discussion. And to our viewing audience, we hope you found this Cure Expert Connections program to be useful and informative as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pavlik, for being such a wonderful colleague and information rich.